even the issue of communication. How do you communicate with them if they are much more capable than we are? They might operate on a different level, a different plane.
We can't communicate with all forms of life on Earth right now.
Yeah, exactly. But just think about the perspective of ants in the cracks of a pavement. From that vantage point of a crack in the pavement, they're looking at the biker passing by, and they have no way of communicating with the biker, these ants. And we might feel exactly the same way when we see an interstellar object passing near us.
Have you seen the movie Arrival?
Yes. Not only that, but the person who produced it, Dan Levine, is now producing a documentary about my research that will come out on Netflix in 2026. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. And I think about that movie and how it really, I think, beautifully explained how there can be a gap in communication and how important communication is, and how it might not be as straightforward as literal verbal words coming out of a mouth.
That was the beauty of this film, which I find to be one of the best science fiction films. I enjoyed it a lot. And also for the fact that when there is a challenge about communication, the person who solves that challenge is a woman, because she was a woman scientist, because women are much better at communication.
Yeah. You're an author. I've got a book right over my shoulder here. It's about a naval cryptologist named Shannon Kent, and she was tragically killed in Syria in 2019 while hunting the leaders of ISIS. But sort of her superpower, among many things, was she spoke 5 different languages, and including different dialects, about 8 different languages, and was incredible about that. And that's one thing. And she also had red hair. She also, I couldn't help but think about her and the subject of my book in the context of watching that film Arrival, who the protagonist of that film is, somebody that's specialized in language, and it's very interesting.
Speaking about language, I led an expedition to the Pacific Ocean a couple of years ago that will be in the Netflix documentary. They came with us on the ship, and we went there. By the way, the party chief, the person who navigated the ship, he was a commander of a destroyer during the Vietnam War, and I really admired him because he wouldn't speak much, but and he would solve all the problems that he can on his own and only discuss things that he needs help with. And it's exactly the opposite culture to what you find nowadays on social media.